I would now like to take the opportunity to invite over Mr. Alan DeMello, who would shed some light on the value of being different. Mr. Alan is a professional hotelier with specialist skills in hospitality communication, marketing and business development. Mr. DeMello started his career as a chef with an international hotel chain, and in his 21-year career, he has managed several landmark hotel magazines and launched 16 hotels, resorts and restaurants. Mr. DeMello is currently a part of 3 very exciting hospitality initiatives: Konkan Pride Hospitality, X Events Hospitality and ADP. His preferred motto in life is, if it's not on the cutting edge, it's taking up too much space. With a huge round of applause, can we please welcome on stage the hotelier right now, Mr. Alan DeMello.
Thank you, everybody. Sound check. Can you hear me in the back? You can shout loudly. Yes. Okay. Rule number 1, please put your phones on. Keep them on silent, put your phones on, keep your data on, because I'll be accepting questions via Twitter. Right? You got smartphones? Who has a Twitter account? Okay, fantastic. Put it on. My Twitter handle will come on stage very soon on the slide behind you. I'll accept questions via Twitter. For those in the back seat, if you're yawning, close your mouth quietly. Right? Okay. We have 25 minutes to speak, 10 minutes of Q&A, so which means I have 5 minutes to speak and 35 minutes of Q&A. Right? I've been asked to speak today of what I've done wrong for the last 21 years, which is not follow rules. True? Now, the topic is hierarchy. Hierarchy just means organization. Okay. Who's 18 over here? Put the hand up. Who's 18 years old? 19. 17. Okay. Who's 42 years old? Okay, guys, focus. There are a couple of points. I have 5 points in my presentation. And rule number 1, those sitting in the back seat and the front seat, is organization and hierarchy is artificial. You're starting your careers like we did 21 years ago, and some people have been here for longer as well. Hierarchy is another word for organization. Organization is another word for structure. Structure is man-made. Man-made is artificial. You're entering a career just like I did in 1994, where I got paid 8 rupees a day to clean 60 kilos of potatoes and numerous number of bhindi, which I still don't like after 21 years. But you're entering a career with an artificial organization designed to keep you in place. If it is artificial, it can be changed. If it can be changed, it can be improved. Another word for change is broken. All right? We all expect to succeed. Succeed is something we don't know what we have. And every speaker on stage today in the front row and back row, still if you ask them today, have you succeeded? They will say no. The success is not something I received a particular number. No, it keeps changing all the time as well. So I've been asked to talk about hierarchy because you're all going to come to us for interviews very, very soon. Most of you are third-year students as well. And expect to get a job that will keep you occupied for the rest of your life. Some of you all are creative, will give us hell in the kitchens and our hotels and restaurants as well. Never follow rules. Those are the people I hire. If you're going to follow an organization, those organization structures are artificial. It is designed to have organization for things to run smoothly as well, but designed by people from another generation. It is not designed by the young generation like you and me, though I'm not that young. It's not designed as per modern standards. So the hierarchy you are entering is of another generation, set from another time, has not taken into account technology, not taken into account modern thinking, not taken into account social media, and flat organization. The HR department is not geared up to understand new thinking, never has, and those organizations that have good HR departments are world number one. Google, Amazon. In India, we have married to a very, very good HR company, and so on and so forth. Prabhjot knows them very, very well. Over here, he'll tell you that later on as well. When I was a chef student as a casual laborer in 1994, I used to earn 8 rupees a day, slog in the coal kitchen, clean 200 chickens and all that stuff, and never thought I'll ever make it out alive. Luckily for me, I studied. Okay. I got the right education, and once I got the education, I did not want to enter a hotel ever again. Because if you want to succeed, you have to do something that makes you correct. If you follow somebody else's rules, which most of you all will, very few of you all are leaders, natural leaders, same like me, we're not born leaders, we're made leaders. If you follow rules, you're playing by somebody else's game. Not that I'm saying tomorrow or whenever tomorrow is Monday or Tuesday, go to the principal and tell the principal FO. Don't do what I did. Right? I've had a high-risk career. I speak from experience in many, many, many failures, and if you ask me if I've succeeded, I'll say no. My boss is in the hall today, and her picture is on the screen in the last slide. It's a surprise. She doesn't know it. Hi, sweetie. So that's it. My boss is 7.5 years old. That's the way we organize in our organization. Okay, that's my motivation in life. Hierarchy is artificial. We all know that. You're taught to enter a career which most of you all will not survive. 80% of you will not be in this industry after 4 years' time. Many of you will get disillusioned. You'll think you'll have 5-star hotel experience and things like that. Very few have trained in proper organizations behind the scenes. That's the fact of life. Wake up. But you're lucky, because those of my generation who entered in the industry only had ITC, Taj, and Oberoi to apply to jobs too. You guys remember that, right? Only. Now there are more restaurant chains, lovely hotel chains, people doing things different. We want different people. You'll have better career opportunities. But if you want to break the ranks and finally succeed, okay, you have to look to your left right now. All of you look to your left. My friend, left is that side. Look to your right. Look behind you. There are 811 people in this auditorium. They are all your competition. If you want to succeed, you first have to battle them as well. You've been cocooned in college. You've been given, some of us 17, 18, 19, 20. It's a rocking time. When I was in college, the best thing I ever did was meet my wife. My principal knows that. But, guys, it's not easy out there. This is only 811 of you all. There are 15,000 students passing out every year. Everybody wants to go to the same job. Everybody wants the same careers. You'll deserve the best. Except you don't think like the best. You'll need to think differently. And when we were in college, we never had the chance to have conventions like this. So we thank Prabhjot and we thank Jasminder very much. Guys, a big round of applause to Jasminder and Prabhjot and the whole team as well. Next slide, please. If I was Phantom, this would be my dog. This is actually a wolf. You don't me as well. Point number 2 in my presentation, and this is my presentation, guys, is be different. Next slide, please. Thank you. This is my Twitter handle. My Twitter feed is on. This is the hashtag for today. Okay. Technology is there to help us. There's no point sending a mic up and down the auditorium as well. But if you want to ask a question, my Twitter feed is on. Tag me, hashtag, and I'll answer. Okay. Hierarchy is something set up by other people to run the organization. We have hierarchy in our offices as well, okay, intentionally, because it's easy to run an organization. People forget an organization is there because the junior most people don't know what they're doing most of the time. The senior most people know what they're doing none of the time. all right? That's the general rule as well, and it's set up and structure. You don't change nature, you don't change all those sort of things. The larger organizations you go, the more difficult it is to succeed. The smaller organizations you join, the more easy it is to fail, right? You see a number of IIM, IIT people joining startups and all those sorts of fancy things as well, but taking high risk. The higher the risk, the greater the reward. No risk, no reward. In my mind, success is something I would do if I do things differently and people take notice. I don't care much about money. I don't care much about fame. I care about doing different things, which is why you can see me on LinkedIn and Twitter and you see my career is not normal. Don't take my career path. But in your career in a stable life as well, you'll be reporting to bosses, you'll be junior most. Hopefully in 15 years' time, you'll be middle management, and if you're really smart, you'll be senior management. And guess what? In 15 years' time, you'll be on stage talking about hierarchy and how to break the hierarchy and how the world is broken. But if you're junior right now, and most of you all are, your job number one is to innovate. Try something different, because if you don't try something different, nobody's going to notice. If you don't try something different, your organization is not going to benefit. We hire people because we need them. One person cannot do everything, so we hire a team because we need people. And because we need people, you all are in an organization. And I was a junior at one time as well. My job was to prepare the garde manger. My job was to cut all the sorry chickens and potatoes and everything else. Now I was replaced by a machine. Fantastic. Godrej has taken my job. I'm more than happy because I can do something productive for once. But when you guys join, you understand, and all the speakers before me and after me, as you will tell you, it is not easy because you have to be patient. All of you all want to become famous over 2 days. Everybody wants to be Chef Sokhi, and everybody wants to be famous like Sanjeev Kapoor. Sanjeev Kapoor got a job at Centaur. Chef is sitting, he will tell us straight away as well. It's not bloody easy. Pooja has been around for such a long time, studied abroad, came back. Which brings us to point number 3 as well, education. Education is not worth the effort. It's not. If you're going to be a doctor and a neurosurgeon, you become a neurosurgeon to practice as a neurosurgeon, which is a very difficult thing to do. You don't become a neurosurgeon and then become a travel agent. If you want to be a bowler in cricket, you be a bowler, you don't be a batsman, right? If you want to study, know what you want to do. 0.1% of this auditorium knows what they want to do, because I can have 10 people stand up and I can ask you, they will change your mind in 1 year's time. Please go abroad and study if you want to. If you're studying event management, focus on that. If you're studying whatever you do, focus on that. But study if you're going to use it. Do not study a master's degree and a PhD in any field whatsoever if you're going to come back as a senior captain. You're wasting your parents' money. Do we have any parents in the organization, in the hall today? Other than the front row, of course. It's like investing in something to buy a Mercedes, but end up buying a Maruti. Don't study. Get skill. A lot of people today started somewhere else and ended up somewhere else, including myself. I was supposed to be in Sydney in 2000 during the Olympics. I never reached Sydney. I went in 2001, but the Olympics were over. So please, guys, if you want to study, think about what you want to do in the education first. If you're not going to if you're going to study, we're going to invest time, take loans, expect not to get a job as 15,000 rupees in Bombay or Delhi or 20,000 rupees, because you're always going to be unhappy and always going to be behind the times, finding money to pay off your loan and saying, I've studied hard, but my career is not taking off. The fault lies with you. We in the industry hire people who can do things. Your PhD and masters and etc. is good if you know how to use it. If you've got a master's in hospitality management but cannot handle a guest in the front office or cannot handle a station of 50, 60 covers, then what's the point? Am I right or wrong? Yes. If you're doing PhD, do in a subject you think you guys are good in. When I was in college, I was in Mithibai, Bombay as well. Morning college, 7 to 10, super boring. Arts, I was doing arts. I wish I'd done commerce as well. And then I used to go work in the Holiday Inn Bombay, which has now become the Novotel. It's a cycle, then cycle back. I used to work in the kitchen. I didn't need to, But I did. I worked for 2.5, 3 years, part-time, croissants, etc., including holiday in Bombay. Then I went to catering college. I was a graduate by that time as well. You guys are 17, 18, 19. There's no chance you're graduates at 19 years old unless you're brilliant. So I had real life experience. I knew what I wanted to do. I spent time thinking. You'll have far more opportunities than I had today. Okay? Thankfully, I'm in the right time, in the right place as a leader or a business owner, so I can do things better as well. Break the mold. Hotels are boring. Restaurants are fun. Software is even more fun. 5-star hotels are doing things differently. They want to be young. Everybody wants to be different. But you guys are not different. You will never, ever find a successful career. Right or wrong? Everybody cannot be Sachin Tendulkar. He's a Butler. I met him. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. But we all cannot succeed. All cannot succeed. There's no way all of us will be one as leaders and captains of industry, because that's not how the world works. So find your own level, guys. Find your own level. Break the hierarchy. Do something different that makes you succeed. A lot of people today have doing things what they never planned to do. Sirish, my friend Sirish is here. Where is he? Where's Sirish? Last bencher, still. Sirish is a professor. Did you ever think you'll become a professor, Sirish? Say yes. Okay. Point number 6, guys. And this is a wake-up call for what you guys are doing, sitting in the auditorium. Your tie is on. Tie is half on also over here. Friends wearing a mohawk. Dude. This industry is skill-led. It's to be enjoyed. Okay? This industry is for fun. If you're not having fun, you're not going to succeed, because this is not an industry where you can hide behind the scenes and pass through life. Because if you're passing through life, means you're not being noticed and you just run of the mill, one of thousands of people, and you're not going to succeed. You're not going to break the hierarchy. Am I right or wrong? All of us are people to look up to. Frankly, even I have those people there in the audience, even today, young and old, they're in here today as well. Enjoy your careers. I wouldn't be any other profession, guaranteed, except if there's a profession sleeping on the beach and drinking Feni, I'll be that profession. I've not had a chance yet. My wife won't allow me. So, enjoy your careers. It is going to be super hard, super competitive. What I do today, I do 3 businesses. I have 3 businesses. One with a partner of mine called Konkan Pride, and we own and operate properties in the Konkan region. They're small homestays, non-glamorous, no fancy brand name, but that's where the opportunity is, and that's what we're investing in. And he runs a business. I sit in Bombay talking to people. I sell things. Business number 2 and 3 are event management and publishing for the hotel sector. I had a good career where I quit hotels. You know that I told you, right? After catering college, I didn't want to be in a hotel. It's super boring in the 1999, I think it was. So I joined publishing. Magazines you read today is what I launched 10 years ago, 15 years ago, or helped launch. And I had access to people I never had access to, made friends with people I never thought I'd make friends with. So my career took off, and I am now a publisher of magazines, and with Hotel and Restaurant Association, I do things differently, and I read a lot. Okay? But I enjoy what I'm doing, and I would not trade anything forever again. You ask me to be an IT guy, I'll run circles around an MBA. But I would never do this. So if you're in this industry, and if you want to succeed, you have to enjoy what you're doing, have to do things differently. If you expect that ITC or anybody is standing outside waiting to give you a job, you're wrong. Only McDonald's is standing outside waiting to give you a job. Take the job. It's a job. But then be happy with what you've taken. So if you want to sit for your campus interviews, okay, if you're the kind of person who will sit for 15 interviews expecting somebody to give you a job, then you're in the wrong profession. You have to select your employer. You have to know why you want to work with them, because if you're going to invest your life and career starting with them, it's a foundation of like a cricket match, a century. You've got to hit the first few balls, be careful, do all sorts of gyan which Shikhar Dhawan didn't do for the second test, right? If you all don't do that, sit for 15, 16 interviews, that's like throwing sand in the air and hoping something hits something. You're in the wrong profession. You're not in the wrong profession, sorry to say, but your approach is wrong. You're hoping people hire you. It should be the other way around. Be prepared, know your employer, know what you're doing. Your reason you're here is what you want to know, which puts you in the 0.01% of the entire city. So you're already ahead, right? If you don't like an employer, if you don't like what's happening in your organization, you can do two things. You can pack up and leave. I've done that once. Okay, I didn't take my salary also. Or you can be smart and say, it's not working out, how can I help it improve? The organizations we work in today are what we will lead tomorrow. If you're forever going to run away and complain about how the world is mean, guess what? Your parents raised you in a difficult environment. Nobody's born rich. You can either run away or find innovative ways to do things differently. And if you find innovative ways to do things differently, you have to be prepared for good and bad. You have to be prepared for challenges. If your principal says, come at 8:15 in the morning, prove to him that 8:25 is better than 8:15. Frankly, my professor of economics still asks me to stand outside the room because I always come late. So do we have any questions first, please? Because you see my two-sided presentation is now over. I'm happy to answer questions if anybody's got a question for me. If you don't want to tweet me, I'm happy to stand up and listen to your question. Do we have any questions? Fantastic. That's what I was expecting. No questions? Okay. Next slide, please. Meet my boss. When I was young, my dad is a teacher. We go on stage. Let's do this. Thank you. This is my motivation. This is why we do what we do. You have your motivation in life, whatever else it is. I don't know what it is or what it will be. All right. Stay focused, guys. Stay focused. But if you don't enjoy, don't have fun, this is the wrong industry and the wrong career. Thank you.